when we started this trading with a few partners, we had 1,000 auctions per second that we monetized in 2009. It's not even 4 years ago. Next year it was 10,000. Year after that, 100,000. Beginning of this year it was 500,000, and our record last week sometime was 845,000. And we think we're going to finish the year with about 1 million, which is half of the world page views. And the way it works today, people don't realize this, but this is absolutely true. You're going to go visit TechCrunch or Y Combinator and look at that web page, okay? And what's going to happen is in that split second, literally in 100 milliseconds, whoever is responsible for auctioning off the right to show you a digital impression that is going to go to some data center that we call the exchange data center. That's going to call 20 or 30 other data centers, all in real time, that are going to decide whether they want this impression, they want to show you that or not, how much they're willing to pay for it. Our strategy, our motto for all this has been always the right message to the right people at the right time. And this is what became possible in the last few years, and it's very effective. It's really incredible that it happens, and this is why you have to care about the global page view number, because if you want to address this worldwide, you have to be able to stand up to literally half of the internet's traffic. And one thing that I think we did, which was very, very unique on top of Hadoop as well, is we realized that our business users just really love getting at the data. All of them have quantitative bones in their body, and they just want to get into it and look at their data and answer some really questions that we have never thought of. So opening that up, the next thing of a big wave of big data that's coming is figuring out how to make it accessible. And we've invested in that. We had a paper in VLDB a couple of years ago, which is a premier database conference. And the paper talks about how you could build a query language on top of data, especially on top of semi-structured data or nested data that goes very deeply, and expose that to the business users that could use it. And it was kind of like crack to them. Once people love our system, but once they if any of our customers have analysts that care about it, they got a lot out of it. We wanted our users to have some kind of real feedback into what is going on. Let's say they've created this advertising campaign and they want to instantly know, well, how much am I going to spend with this, and how many users am I going to reach? So we call this real-time analytics, and we've just essentially took a small sample of 10 million users and loaded it across many, many machines, and it has 5 billion data points, and we've came up with a framework for asking questions on that sample that is incremental, it's progressive. Like it continues to, you drop your question on that system and it continues to iterate, but it gives you feedback constantly as to what it has computed so far. Well, how many people are there in the world that are like that, for example? And we've learned that usually within 200 milliseconds on most questions, it can give you an answer that's within 10% of the confidence error bar of the final answer. So that's been a great investment for us as well. The other one is around streaming databases, where a lot of data is going through the systems and they're computing counts that help you, for example, give you instant feedback on some aggregate reporting numbers or on pacing. So one of the things that I want to mention is if you get your code wrong in this kind of situation because of how many requests you have per second, you could actually spend about $10,000 a minute of people's money. So pacing is one of those things that you have to control with these streaming databases. We've built one of those that continuously figures out how things should be pacing and what reporting counts look like.